Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds to go. Start. Sir, I would submit that the partnership firms, proprietary firms, private limited companies are nothing but glorified partnerships, and the act should be amended in such a manner that the small private companies are kept outside the purview of this department. Only then the government department can concentrate on the really larger violations where companies have started doing badly, but the balance sheet does not reflect that, with the result that more people start putting deposits and face difficulties later. There are investment companies about which the people do not know, and they do not know whether they have the approval of the Reserve Bank of India or not, and by the time the government machinery acts, a large number of people find themselves duped by these companies, and these companies cannot be stopped unless the company law department is vigilant. But I submit that the company law department cannot be vigilant in the present system because the present system is conducive to the harassment of the small man, and I find nothing in this amending bill which either disciplines these companies or stop the harassment of the small man or encourages the medium entrepreneur. Therefore, this bill should be rejected, and my submission to the minister through you is that if now this is referred to a select committee, at least all those of us who are interested in it can give specific suggestions. The objective is quite clear. The government wants to rationalize the whole thing. The government wants to make the Companies Act effective, and the social objectives of the government are shared by all of us, and there is no dispute about it. But look at the provision regarding abridging the balance sheet, giving less information to the shareholders on the accounts. Why should the annual report contain, according to this bill, information on conservation of energy and technology observation? Are small investors interested in these subjects at all now? Will he even understand it? It is highly technical, and I am sorry, I have seen in business for a long time, and technology absorption is something which I have not been able to absorb at all. So I do not know how a layman will understand that. With this kind of contradiction, I think this bill is a typically bureaucratic bill which only encourages more paperwork. It is good for the bureaucracy and the government. Sir, the four specific things where I would like to draw the attention of the minister are: it has been provided in this bill that private limited companies who accept fixed deposits will be deemed to be public companies. Now I see an amendment has come that this will not apply to companies getting deposits from relatives. But I venture to say that there are small family companies which can raise a deposit from their own friends and associates. Why should they become public companies? they are not getting money from the public in the wider sense. If they are getting loans, they are small loans from commercial banks against securities. But bringing or by roping in all these companies, really what we are doing is that we are not applying the law to these companies but allowing law to become ineffective in the case of big companies, and this is precisely what is happening. For instance, in Mumbai or Calcutta, there are big corporations, companies which deserve to be closely monitored whether they are following the Companies Act or not. This cannot be done howsoever great our desire may be with a limited number of staff, and every year we probably can go on increasing the personnel in the company law department. But the administration of the act cannot be effective unless we do an ABC analysis and see that only those companies where public money is really involved are closely monitored. And there I say I am totally against this whole concept where we go on providing penalties for infringement. Penalty should act as a deterrent. How far are we able to deter the large companies from violating the law? Here I see a very strange amendment that in the case government does not approve the managing director's appointment, the managing director will be fined rupees 500 per day for the number of days that he refuses to vacate the office. I do not understand this logic. The law should be that government has not approved the managing director's appointment, and the managing director should therefore have vacated the office from the moment government has disapproved of it. But to provide a penalty of a few hundred rupees in the event of his discontinuing in office for the period when government had disapproved the appointment is very strange. The whole Companies Act should be looked at afresh. There should be a select committee, or the Honorable Minister can on his own bring a motion for a joint committee of both houses. Nothing will be lost if this bill is not passed immediately. The bill should be made thorough. Stop.